Joining me now, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. Congressman, given Omar's past anti-Semitism, kind of a denier of al-Qaeda, what does this tell you about Bernie Sanders' values?
It tells a lot because the contrast. Look where he was in Minnesota. You know what's happening in Washington today? AIPAC. Here is Bernie. He'll promote communist Cuba, but he will not praise Israel. Who does he want introducing him tonight? Omar. Omar, who introduced a boycott, divestiture, and sanction bill against Israel themselves. That shows that Pelosi folded to these socialist freshmen at the beginning of this year. Do you remember when AOC at the very beginning had a meeting with Speaker Pelosi? AOC didn't tweet out the picture. Pelosi did. The Speaker of the House tweeting a picture out with a freshman. She has succumbed to letting these socialists take over.
You see my point in the angle tonight? I mean, you saw what happened in 2016. The people wanted one thing, and a lot of the donors wanted something else. And Donald Trump said, basically, I'm going to beat the Bushes, the Obamas, the media, Hollywood. I'm going to take them all on because I think they're all destructive to America. And he clear-cut the whole field. He clear-cut the Republican, the Democrat, the moderate, because he was bold and he had the energy. The Democrats are in a pickle here. They're in a real pickle.
And he did it with about 1/3 of all the money Bloomberg has already spent. That's things no one talks about.
There's going to be pressure on Bloomberg, correct, to get out. If he,
oh, yeah.
So he and Warren are both going to have huge pressure brought to bear to get out. Clarify this race after tomorrow.
I personally believe beating Biden would be easier for President Trump. And I don't know where these Democrats get behind. Bernie has a crowd. Biden does not. Bernie knows what states he's in. Biden does not. Bernie knows that he's running for president, not the Senate. Biden does not.
I personally think that debate is actually really important for the country to have, because these kids are getting taught all about collectivism and socialism and the wonders of Sweden and France in its heyday. And if we only did socialism right, it would be great. And it's not fair now. So this is what they're being taught. So it's kind of time we had this debate once and for all. And I would love to see Bernie versus Trump debate that. The wonders of socialism versus the power of the Trump economy. I think that's necessary, frankly.
I think it has to. I think it's something that's been brewing for quite some time. You look at what's been happening in Congress and other with the Democrats. It's a fight about to happen, and we ought to have it, but we better make sure we win it. Socialism versus freedom.
It was an interesting moment where Biden's campaign manager or spokeswoman, Katie Bedingfield, was asked about the Obama endorsement. And where is it ever coming? Does it matter? This is how she tries to answer.
Is the vice president disappointed that he hasn't gotten that sort of public show of support at this sort of very critical point in the race from Barack Obama?
No, of course not. He said from the outset that he didn't want it, that he didn't think that that was right, and that coming out of the gate, he needed to earn this on his own merit.
Look, there's only 4 left, and he still can't decide if he's going to endorse Joe Biden. If there was any power to that endorsement, it would have happened today. It's not going to matter anymore. And I think what you find with Obama, he sees that Bernie is going to win this thing, that Bernie has the momentum. This is where the Democratic Party has moved, a socialist Democratic Party. Look how much politics they want to play. The dirty little secret. We have a coronavirus. We have government funding that we need to fund this. You know what Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker, did? She withheld the bill last week. You know why? So the DCCC could run ads against 7 Republicans.
How many people ran ads on the coronavirus fundraising appeal?
I don't know how many ran, but they actually took the Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee, spent money, went into these 7 Republican seats to campaign against them about the coronavirus when she's the Speaker of the House. Instead of putting America first, she put her politics first and held the bill from coming to the floor.
But she said last week that this is the time for the parties to come together, Congressman.
She is politics all the time. That's exactly what she did from the power of the House. And think of this. All those Democrats had an opportunity last week to denounce what Bernie said about Cuba. Not one of them voted against what he said.
Oh, Obama, he's smart. He's not gonna jump on this grenade right now. But if his policies were so smart, Hillary would have won in 2016. They like Obama, the man and the personality, because he's cool and he's a great campaigner and he's, great family. I don't think the policies ended up being as popular as the man. That's the problem.
You had to have a magic wand to have this economy. Yeah. We just needed somebody who understood the economy.
Congressman, great to see you tonight. Thanks so much for coming on.